Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the pre-market live show. It is Thursday, April 3rd, day after Liberation Day. Let's see how the chart's going to look, the heat map, see how red it's going to be. I don't know. It might not even change because it was so red yesterday, but all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. How is everybody this morning? And here we go. It doesn't look like it had changed over yet, but again, it might have and just stayed completely green because it is after 7 and it usually changes by now. So there you go. I would say that's what it's going to look like, and it is a bloodbath. Wouldn't you say, Luis Rodriguez? It could be a good day to be shorting things. Holy cow. Let's see. What is the SPY at? It is down $19, and holy cow. Whoa, look at this. New pre-market now starts at 4 a.m. Holy cow. I love you, FinViz. We're excited to announce extended pre-market and after-hours trading starting immediately. You can see quotes from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily, giving you greater flexibility and deeper insights into the market trends beyond regular trading hours. Prefer shorter trading hours on your charts? You can customize this in the chart setting. Oh my, I love you, FinViz. I told you I had faith in them, and there you go. They were listening to you. I'm sure I'll get a nice email today, and that is so awesome. I love it. FinViz, thank you so much. That is amazing right there. I'm just going to exit. I'm going to leave it on the screen because I love it. How about that? So everybody, there you go. And I think we know how that got taken care of and got done, but more power to them because it's going to help their obviously their services, their platform. I've always enjoyed it, and TrendSpider, of course, I love both of them. And sometimes you need to, it's not always, you don't always just use one tool for the job. And I like to use two of the best tools, and they are FinViz and TrendSpider for sure. I'll actually pop up on my the affiliate links because I've talked to TrendSpider. We got some stuff, so I'll get everything rolling for that so you guys can have access to that and better, and especially I'll do it before Easter because they always have the 50% off, and that's the perfect time. I'm pretty sure I signed up on a holiday. I'm almost positive I did, and so yeah, I'll get you guys set up for that. And then there you go with FinViz. How awesome was that, guys? So very cool stuff. But here we go, and that was the SPY down. Oh, that's not the SPY, but I was so excited about that I forgot to look. It is down 1917, but look at it, guys. I'm telling you, it's sitting in that channel right there, and that's where we thought it was going to get to when it was coming right here. So it's nothing that bad coming down to the bottoms right here. Not the end of the world. We'll see if they really pull back. Maybe it'll pull itself back up here, and we'll see. I don't know. It's pretty far down there now, but we could see a little reversal. I'll keep you posted today. Anyway, let's look at our Joey's jumpers. Just so excited. I'm like, I can't even think straight because FinViz fixed that. That's so awesome, guys. Very, very cool. So let's look at these guys. Our Joey's jumpers. Here we go. APVO. Let's look at it here. I do have to X out because it's distracting me. So there we go. But we do know FinViz changed it. Beautiful. Awesome. And anyway, APVO cruising up there. And look at this. We can see exactly what it's doing. These charts might look like exactly 1 and 1. Let's look. APVO and APVO. Let's see. Yeah, look at that, guys. Look at them charts looking good. Oh my goodness, we are cruising, everybody. Oh my goodness, I am so happy this morning. It just made my day. I can tell you that. That just might have made my whole month right here. Holy cow, this is so great. APVO cruising along. They're probably listening to the show this morning. Like, he's probably like baffled that we just got it done. I said the end of the month. I had faith in them, and they pulled it off fast. So they did it right away, and they got it figured out. I love it, guys. Holy cow, I'm so excited right now. You have no idea. APVO, this might be one of the most exciting things I've ever seen. And you can tell I love my stocks and my charts because this is like this is like Christmas morning to me. Holy cow. AREB down $1.87. I can see that too. Oh man, this is I can't even tell you how excited I am right now. You can probably see I am just like blown away. I can't even think straight because I'm so excited. But anyway, we'll get through these charts and holy mackerel, this is so good. AREB just pulling back right there and had that massive run up yesterday. Honestly, it doesn't even look bad right there, to be completely honest with you. Just a little bit of pullback. But I mean, everything is because the market is so red. So DMN, this one was looking really good. We were looking at that, and it's up a little bit this morning. I did see Damon up a little bit, and what it get up to 0.0181. It got up to almost 2 cents, and it's still not looking bad. It's at 1.5. It did pull back, but it's not looking bad. I'm telling you, these things could still run today. So it is very, very red this morning. It's a huge reaction. Big caps may stay that way, but these things could get cruising. How about Genprex? We just looked at that the other day, and this thing's cruising around, and it is so exciting watching this right now live in there in the channel and seeing it all action, all perfectly lined up. It's so easy for me now. I'm just like, holy cow, this is so amazing. But yeah, Genprex not looking bad right there. So there you go with that one. We'll keep an eye on that one, see if it can run up a little bit more. And again, it's a crazy market this morning. ICCT, this one had run up massively. It does look like it's trying to bounce back up. And let's take a look. It's 223 to 310 today, and now it's at 196. So it was trying to bounce back up there, and it still might stay up in this channel. You can see how it's flat right there, and it doesn't look terrible, but it is pulling back. I bet it'll try to flatten up on that 50 and then try to roll back up. We'll see if it gets back into that channel. So we'll keep an eye on this ICCT. And PMAX, we knew this one was going to be looking good last night. It was running up anyway in the after hours there, I believe. Yeah, I think it was. I know we were looking at it, and it was. And then it ran up some more this morning, 70 to 85, and it's at 73 right now. So it is up a little bit from where it opened. Where did it close at yesterday? It could have closed. It could have gapped up a hair. Yeah, it closed at 66 and opened at 70, so it did gap up a little bit. And, yeah, PMAX looking good. I'd keep an eye on that. And, again, Hong Kong, we were looking at it last night, kind of had an idea. We did go through a bunch of Hong Kong ones. And PTIX, this one shot up, too. And it is so exciting seeing these things in live action right now because you can just see it. Look at that, just moving right there as we're speaking. This is up 180%. PTIX, and that thing is cruising. Well, it was cruising up yesterday, but it is cruising right now as well. And keep an eye on that thing, PTIX. And there you go at your Jolie's jumpers. Thank you very much, Asian Jolie. And everything could be on the laptop lowdown list right now. I didn't really see one this morning, but it's all right because, like I said, we're going to have plenty of them. I think the whole thing's everything's fine. It's a dumpster fire right there. That's for sure. And, yeah, look at this SPY. Let's just go through these things and see how far they're down this morning. Let's see that. That's going to be the interesting part. And let's look and see. And it's just fun to look at FinViz this morning because it's all live and it's perfect. Holy cow, this is so cool. But Microsoft way down there. Still not as far down as it was the other day, it looks like. When like I said, I had that short on it and I real quick, what did I just type in? Oh, I got to type it in right. That might help. But yeah, it's still not down as far, and it's curled down. Look at it. So, I mean, it dipped down hard yesterday and on the after hours. And like I said, it could stay right here, and you could see these things bounce right back up. So that is Microsoft. I don't know why I even started there, but I just did. And the SPY is still down $18, and it was down 19, and it doesn't look as bad. And this is great that I could see this because we can just confirm real quick right there. I mean, it could easily try to curl back up right there, guys. And this could just be the huge reaction. Let's look at Apple and see what Apple's doing right here. That is taking a nice dip. And again, in between this little channel here and trying to bounce back off. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, guys, this could easily pull itself back up. I'll keep you posted. You know that today, and we'll be all over this market. And Amazon way down there took a nice dip, though. That's down $11, and that looks like it might want to come down to that bottom area and just bounce back off. But again, not too bad. Look at it, setting right back up, it looks like. And you know what? This setup might not be there, but this one might be there. So it could be next week. And again, it's Thursday. Yeah, obviously it's going to be a red day. They could get turned around, though. I'm not going to lie. We'll see what happens with them. But they're not, I don't think it's at the end of the world. I think we could still see some bounces. 20 still coming down, but it's not too far off on a lot of these. So Google pulling back a little bit. You could see Google coming down some, it looks like right there. You can see Google could pull back a little bit more. And Meta, this one's probably down a bunch. Yeah, look at Meta way down there. And Meta could have a nice little dip as well because there's no supports really holding it up. And so Meta could absolutely get go down some more. What was its bottom the other day? It was what, 553? You're not even there, guys. So again, you might see some more pullback. I agree, but I mean, we were down here the other day, just remember, and then it popped up. So they wanted to get the market moving the other day so that they knew that at 4 o'clock everything would get sold off. In the after hours, they knew it was going to happen. That's why it was at 4 o'clock like we were talking about last night. And yeah, you can see that they could absolutely bounce back up. But Microsoft, we just looked at it, and again, pulled back right there, but just hanging out. Not as low as it was the other day. And NVIDIA is down pretty low. And NVIDIA could come down to that 98, though, and then try to get bouncing back up. So you can see NVIDIA, yeah, NVIDIA could dip a little bit more. So a couple of them could definitely dip some more. That's for sure. But the SPY, like I said, it is not looking terrible. So I would say we'll be keeping our eye on it like usual, but especially today. And what is Tesla doing? Down $16. That doesn't look too bad at all right there. I can say that. Good old Tesla. Look at it. It's just kind of hanging out, guys. I don't even think it got phased, really. So, yeah, some are definitely holding up more than ever. Have I ever used TradingView? Yeah, I use it every once in a while. I just like TrendSpider way better. I actually looked at every platform before when I was setting up the scanners and the charts, and that's why I really enjoyed the TrendSpider. They just offer a lot more. So but sometimes I will hop on TradingView. They have good charts for like free ones. I use them for my High on Wall Street show. We always use the the TradingView chart for that, and when I send it over to the show and that I do it for. But anyway, yeah, I do use it, but I just prefer, like I said, the TrendSpider is just amazing. I think they blow them out of the water with what they have to offer. And again, you can have all these scanners and stuff like this set up, and it's a beautiful thing. You can see all these scanners I made. I mean, look at it. It just keeps going. And so yeah, we got plenty of them that we can use, and then you can just hop on them. What's Mekison doing? Look at that running up right there. That's not look how short this list is. Luis Rodriguez and crew. You know, that's your SPY bullish ones. IFF, a bunch of ones I've never heard of. HST, Host Hotels, hitting that MACD right there. KHC, it was trying to set up. INSEE, whatever that is. That one doesn't look bad to try to run up to that 20 right there. TPL, Texas Pacific, doesn't look bad. Check out that one right there. TPL, guys. That could be a little runner right there. TPL. So keep your eye on that. Oh, it's way up there. It's like a $1,300 stock, but still options. And CDW don't look bad. AMCR, that could get into that channel. FTV, and that doesn't look too bad. And PLD, so there you go. There's our little laptop lowdown segment. I just do it right there, and we have them bad boys. But yeah, that's not a whole lot on there. Here's the small cappers right here. Let's see. Quite a few of these dudes, but we'll see what's up. You guys can just kind of look. That one just jumps around. AFB right there. It's trying to get into that channel. ADIL. So yeah, like I said, I just use these things right here, and that's why I prefer the Trend Spider, because I'm telling you, you can build amazing charts. There's your APVO. And anyway, but yeah, I have used TradingView, not too bad, but I do prefer the Trend Spider and FinViz. And now today we can celebrate because they are running it from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. They got it all under control, and I'm sure I will talk to them today and definitely thank them, because that is awesome. And we have to say that is great, because look at this thing, just perfect. I can tell exactly what's going on as soon as I look at it. And now the shows are going to be even more smooth and better, I'm telling you guys. Remember, I've been saying that. And honestly, you might even find more poppers this way, just because you know what the setups are exactly all the time, and I use these trend lines, so it could even be even crazier for us, because we might even zero in better now, and that's what I was hoping for. So we'll see. AMC, let's just see what these things are down. That one's pulling back, and GameStop's down $1.05. That's pulling back right there. And I'll just go through these guys real quick, and that might be a bonus too, because we don't necessarily always have to run back and forth. Of course, I do love both of them, but if I can tell on one and they're just basically just kind of cruising around there, you don't really have to, look at them both. We can tell this one's pulling back. Chewy, might want to keep an eye on it, though. It is trying to get set up, maybe a little more pullback, and then we'll keep an eye on Chewy. And Netflix, what did that come down? $23. And again, $9.12. That isn't that bad, honestly. Hold on. There we go, Netflix. I mean, it is down there, don't get me wrong, but look at it. It was down here the other day, and they just popped. They started bouncing back up, and you could see it. This could be the bottoms right here. And they were making these bottoms before and waiting for Liberation Day probably. So we could see the bottoms in right there, and we will be keeping an eye on it. AVGO is down under the support, so we will have to keep an eye on that. The semiconductors, that one's down. MU is down. They look like they could be dipping a little harder. Let's see. So semiconductors could be pulling back a little bit more, but you know what? It's a great opportunity. That's how I look at it. TSM, that is pulling back a little bit. Looks like it could a little bit more. And SMCI right there is down and looks like it could pull back a little bit more. And let's AMD, I'm sure, is down and pulling back. And QCOM, I'm sure, is following suit. And that sure is. That looks like it's really coming down right there. Intel is down, and that one is pulling back a little bit, trying to stop itself, it looks like, but it could still come down. And how about PayPal right here? That's down 264 in that channel, probably going to pull back. And Snow is coming down anyway, and that's coming down to that support, and maybe it'll come under, because a lot of them are coming under for these semiconductor software, these type of guys. And let's see what Dell is up to. That is pulling back as well, down 758. So if you were shorting them down last night, you were doing pretty good before the market closed. PLTR definitely pulling back, was setting up, but obviously after Liberation Day, it got liberated right there. So it is pulling back. But again, they made really nice support lines underneath of them. That's what they, I think, had intended. And so you got great support underneath, and I don't think they're really coming through. Maybe the semiconductors, you may have certain ones that do, but it isn't going to be the end of the world. As long as your SPY, your big caps, and them guys stay up, you're pretty good. They control like the entire market, and we all know that anyway. And look, here's Mara down here getting that set up. I'm telling you guys, it's gonna get blasted off real soon. I don't know what he's about to say to make it all better, but something's about to happen in the next week or something. And you know, I love to say that only when things are about to happen. So keep an eye on these things. I'll be watching them today, but you can just see there's a master plan going on as we look at MicroStrategy. And these things are not down that hard. Yeah, they're pulling back, but trust me, they are. They're holding themselves. Look at that thing. And you can just see they want to stay there. And speaking of MicroStrategy, we looked at Mara Riot. We'll look at CleanSpark. And let's see what crypto is doing. Bitcoin's at 83,312. Solana's down to 116. Remember I was saying Solana looked like it wanted to pull back. And Bitcoin did look like it wanted to take off. Ethereum's at 1,008. 101. And let's see, Ripple, come on, you're at 203. Ripple is down there, and Cardano's at 64. So some good pricing right there, I would say. Some good discounts anyway, and we always love them. BTC USD, let's look at Bitcoin this morning, see what we're up to. And yeah, look at it, guys. I'm telling you, these things are getting set up, and I think you already saw the reaction. It was coming in. It was kind of based in, and then they just obviously pull back big after hours, and I think we could see a little bounce. This one's sitting on the line. Ethereum, it needs to get curled up right there. I'm curious what Solana looks like right here, SOL, and because that one was pulling back, and again, it did look like it wanted to pull back some more. See, it curled down, so it's fine. Let it pull back a little bit, and I know the ETF wasn't even down that much this morning. It was up from last night. Let's look at it real quick, and I'll tell you. It's 6.7 market cap. It's 6.8 or 6.6. I'm sorry, 6.6 market cap, and looking good, guys. And again, Solana is way down at 116. It's the network it runs on. You have to imagine when Solana gets turned around, guys. ETF's going to be gapping up like it's going to be wild. I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. And it has to be almost locked up. It was getting locked up the other day on Robinhood. So I'm telling you, as soon as these things get turned around, that'll get locked up and get cruising. And you know we were super early on that thing. And I'm telling you, the thing could change people's lives. We've said it for months, and you know we're always 3 months early. Well, here we go. So yeah, once Solana gets turned around, that bad boy could get rocking and rolling. So there you go with your crypto. Let me look at Ripple real quick and just see what that's at. XRP USD right here. And here we go. Just kind of pulling back again, 202. It looked like it had some pullback in it. So let Ripple just kind of pull back right there. I'm just curious right now because we have these all live. What's it look like? I mean, they're usually pretty good anyway. I wish they'd put there's another thing I'm going to ask for. They're going to make this guy never stops. Why don't they put the MACD and RSIs on the crypto and the Forex and stuff? If they did that, then we would be in business, guys. That's what we need for this stuff. Well, anyway, Forex, I can see crypto on mine. To do Forex, I would definitely need to set up how I have the stocks, and we would need to. I guess there's an RSI and MACD. I don't see why there wouldn't be. It's a chart, and they have to run. So I might have to ask about that next, since we just got one accomplished. I'm sure they could do that. That's probably easy for them. So yeah, we'll have to check that out. And Luis Rodriguez, does your phone or whatever? I just happened to notice because I was looking at the messages, and it says pre-market. Every time I write the word "and," it changes it to SND. It drives me insane, and yours did it too. And yeah, I don't know why. I have to go back and change. Like I reset it my the autocorrect, and it just changes like every word, the words that aren't even there, because I guess I just do so many stock tickers all the time. I have no idea, but yeah, every word like and it and all the like main basic words. So yeah, every time I write something, I have to go back. I spell it right unless I click the word at the bottom, and I just noticed yours did. I'm like, does anybody else have this issue? Because it drives me crazy. It's every single thing I write with the word "and" in it. It just goes to SND. You probably see if I post something and it does it. And then check is another one. It goes like capital CH, and then it like has it misses the E, I think, and makes like a space and like it has the C, and it has a space. It's so weird. I'm like, where does this even come from? I have no idea, but it just caught my attention when I was reading the messages right there, and it just was like, holy cow, I see that all the time because my phone does it nonstop. So yeah, it's bizarre. Anyway, OSHA, let's look at it right here. Cindy wanted to see this guy. Let's see what OSHA's doing. OCEA, it's just kind of hanging out. It's just riding the waves right there, just chilling in the ocean, it looks like. And it looks like it's trying to make a base. I don't intend it to go back into the basement. It curled up, and we know they like to roll off. So let's keep an eye on this OCEA. We know we've had our pop on it, and then they pull back, roll back up, and that's the pattern that we've been following. So it could be a really good one to keep an eye on right there, I would say. So we will. And how about AREB? We looked at it, it was way down, and that DGLY is down a little bit. It's just sitting flat right there, though, guys. It's not looking bad at all, according to this, too. And I know that it's live now. Yeah, look at that. I would say DGLY. Keep an eye on that. Logic mark right here. Let's see. This one's getting set up as well. Look at it. Not looking too bad right there. So keep your eye on that good old logic mark. Look at it. Not looking bad. There's a few of them, guys. APDN, that's up a little bit this morning. So the market's getting wrecked. And then you'll see these guys start really setting up. And that's what we love to see. So there's your APDN. Not looking bad. Remember, we were talking about that last night. What did Newsmax come to? I don't even know, but let's look at it because that was falling hard yesterday, and it's still dipping down. Let's look for the bottom on this Newsmax right there, and we will find that bad boy. And a TOPW got halted like a million times. It was a great one to jump in probably for the first like 25 minutes. If you got it for the first halt, you were pretty good. The second halt, not bad. Well, I'll say second. It was halted for like hours, it seemed like. And yeah, it was just super volatile. I don't know what the volume was on it, but it was just crazy. 9 million on an IPO, and then it just like came up and then just got dipped down really hard right there. Came out of a halt and just started dipping. So you got to be careful on them. And obviously everybody was talking about it. We were definitely on it. But, you know, when the IPOs like WTF and things start moving like that and these Hong Kong market things, they get crazy. We'll talk about this one in the future. I'm sure it'll be like, remember that day when this WTF opened up? It went from like $4 to almost 20, and yeah, it did. It went to 28. Actually, it's just not showing it on there, but it definitely went to 28. Right? Yep, there you go. Look at that WTF, because that was crazy in the after hours too. Now we'll see all them numbers, and again, that's what would throw you off too, because you would look at it, and the day that it would happen, it would tell you that, you know, it moved up here, but then the very next day you have no idea it went to $28. So, but we're definitely going to know now, so that is great. Thank you, Finviz, that's for sure. And let's go ahead. Let's just look and see what it looks like. It looks pretty red. Johnson & Johnson, they got named out yesterday in that thing, and it is, oh, wow, Johnson & Johnson not looking bad, have earnings coming up, so we'll have to just keep an eye on this thing. Yeah, look at Johnson & Johnson setting up, but again, 20's coming down on it, and but it does look like it wants to have a little pop, and again, these things have to be traded pretty quick. So the VIX is up 20% right there. Oh, and the same, your AND does the same thing. Holy cow, Luis Rodriguez, does that not drive you completely insane when it every time you type something, I mean, everything has the word AND in it, and you have to go back and physically change it after you just typed it right every single time. I know I write AND and then I hit the space bar and it changes. I've literally watched it do it. I'm like, this is insane. Like, why does it do this every single time? So I'm glad I'm not the only one, but it's so annoying. It just drives you crazy. So it just happened to catch. I'm telling you, I picked it out immediately. As soon as I looked over, I was like, SND. I'm like, oh man, don't tell me you have that issue too, because it's the worst. It'll drive you berserk. So here we go. Let's look at these short-term guys, and it does look up right there. And I don't know why these guys don't do like VIX, but they do VIXY. So whatever that is, the ETF or whatever. But anyway, it's the same thing. And yeah, look at that. Looks like it is trying to blast off right there. So you could see the market coming down a little bit with that look. And again, we have that support, and we could come down through the support, but we know that we have something to hang around to, and they do love it. Now, if they get set up in this channel right here, we're good. If it passes through, you're in a downward trend. So that's what you're looking at, and I know that's what the analysts are looking at right there. I'm sure they're like, what the hell, if this thing doesn't catch on here, we're in trouble. And yeah, I agree, but I have a feeling they're going to try to get it rolling. So again, I think they have the market pretty under control. They can control it like with the tariffs, and you're not sure what they're going to do. So there you go. Let me see. let me see. Unless you have the oh wait, so an X doesn't let you edit unless you have. Yeah, I know that's the exact. So if you type something out, if you send out a post and then if you don't have the paid plan on X, you can't go back and edit. You just have to delete that tweet and then just redo it. And again, when you write something and it changes your words every single time and you don't catch it, because I even go back and reread everything. Obviously, you have to with autocorrect. But yeah, sometimes it just passes right by you. But again, that just jumps right out at me now because it does it for me all the time, and I know I have to change it. And yeah, so every time I write something, I have to go back and change it, and it does it for X. And then again, if I miss it and then I realize it when I post, you'll see me. I go in and have to edit things sometimes because it's the stupid autocorrect. It's insane. And honestly, I feel like I go back and read it and it's perfectly fine, and I post it and the words get different. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on here, but it literally just changes words after you hit them. Unless you're typing the word out and you actually hit it at the bottom where it gives you the suggestions, that's the only way you can definitely get the right word. But I mean, who wants to do that for every single word? You just type, and yeah, it changes. It's just crazy. So I'm not the only one that has that issue then. So there you go, Luis Rodriguez. And if anybody else does, I feel for you because it does drive you nuts. I don't know why Apple can't fix that either. So maybe we have to message them. We're on a roll here getting people to fix things. So FinViz, if you are just tuning in here, FinViz, big message this morning. I had to take it off the screen because it was driving me a little crazy there, but they had a big message on the screen there that the markets are going to be running 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. accurate, and it is, guys. It looks exactly like this, my trend spider, and it is a beauty. And here's that DMN. We'll look at the scanners real quick. Not a whole lot going on today. I mean, we'll look at this, and we kind of knew all these bad boys were already moving. PMAX looking good right there. Genprex, APVO, and we already looked at all them. DGLY, like I said, not looking bad. There's your logic mark right there. STSS not looking too bad down here. We'll track it down in this basement. And that BON, just tracking it. Let me see what it looks like this morning. And it is just pulling back right there. Now let's just see. This is what we've been waiting for. Now this is why I tell you guys to be patient as these things are coming. It never had to look like you knew it was going up yet, but you know it wants to get set up. Is it going to bounce off this? These big fish hooks haven't been bouncing down very much, very often, I should say, not very much, very often. But it could. It wasn't really in the basement, and that was my one concern. So that's why I said let me keep an eye on this and don't jump into it. And again, we might get it at 2 cents again. So it's at 5, and that's a big dip. And look at it. I mean, you were up at 12.9, and I'm telling you, they look good. You have to be patient. They will fool anybody, trust me. I can't knock anybody for saying, this looks like it wants to run, and then all of a sudden it just implodes on them, because it's every single one, and we know the pattern. So you kind of have to really know what's going on, and really, I mean, you see how we do charts every day on here. Really detailed. I mean, we don't look at them much. We don't have to look at much, but we know what's going on with them, and it's a lot of patience and really looking into what's really happening. So I do understand where people do post things that they look good, they dip down at this moment, and they do. I mean, we talk about it on the show, and obviously I don't post as many. We do the live show, so I go through so many on there that we can explain every single one in great detail. And yeah, you hear what we're saying every night, and which ones are popping. This AGMH, that was still looking pretty good. It did run up yesterday, pulled back a little bit, but still not looking bad in the basement trying to set up. But could this come down another level? It sure could. And again, it looks like it wants to run. Is it going to fake everyone out? If it does it, absolutely. Is it going to definitely? No. It does look pretty strong right there. But again, you just have to see what's going on in the future and be able to really tell And I mean, it's tough. Trust me, right now they're really tough, and we know that because we know the pattern. Like I said, where they're curling and bouncing. When you see them starting to curl up on that MACD and get rolling, you get excited. You're like, oh, this is crossing through, and that's where we know that they're not. The ones over top that are rolling off, they're the ones that are really running nice. And again, when you get the pattern down, it's way easier to be able to say, yeah, we know what's going to happen. So obviously, it's beneficial to just listen to the show and just pay attention, because we break through everything. We go through them all, and we make sure that it's got to be ready right there, and it's got to be ready on all cylinders. And right now, you have to be extra careful. Look at this. You see, it's everything we've looked at for the most part. Laptop Travel was mentioned in this morning. He said they're buying someone out. I don't know if I reposted it. I meant to. I forget if I did or not, but he said that they were buying someone out, and it does look pretty good. So watch that TIVC. That is looking pretty good there. TNFA, we were looking at that last night. PMAX, boom. That's everything right there. And it's not a whole lot going on. Trump's tariffs set to punish markets, and what investors should do now after Trump's Liberation Day tariff shock and U.S. stock futures. I wonder what they say. Trump tariffs trigger global stocks and dollar rout, and stocks and dollar sink as tariff shocks. Basically, I reverberate. There you go. I was like, I'm going to say that word totally wrong, but there you go. I said it halfway right. And anyway, let's see what's going on. TIVC, how are you stocking up for future? Yeah, one was rolling up there. And Laptop Travel, he was mentioning that bad boy this morning, looking good. And that DMN totally still not looking bad right there, up 20%. So we knew which ones were still looking good and rolling up. And that's all you can do is, play the ones. Again, we make a great watch list. That Logic Mark looking really good. It's up a little bit today. You know which ones are going to be safe and rolling. We know where they're going to be at. And a lot of these, you can get them down under 2 cents now. So that's why I just been staying super patient, and again, locked up a bunch of Logic Mark way under there at like 0.8 in the 0.018. I mean, it was kind of a no-brainer. So we'll see how much that gets rolling, and obviously they're all a risk at because you're just trading and anything can happen, but that's why we take the probability and the risk, and we look at it, and you take Logic Mark when it's under 2 cents there, because it had just been trading all the way up here. And again, where's that bottom going to be under here? It really will basically disintegrate. It's these ones that trade on like the S&P and stuff like that, they don't like to get like under a penny or they're done. They're OTC'd immediately, so they have a chance to get reverse split. There's not even news on that, it doesn't look like, and they just had some news the other day. So that's what you look at these things, and then you can see what really wants to get moving. Clue does not look like this one doesn't necessarily like to move in the morning. I've noticed that because we've looked at it in the mornings, and it usually is just sitting there. So and there you go, a Clue. And what else? There's a HKPD. I would keep an eye on this thing. This thing could get wild at any moment. It looks like it's down today, and I'll keep an eye on that thing. And yeah, we'll keep an eye on the market. I'll keep you guys posted, you know that. And it is nice and red, but we'll see if it can get bouncing around. It might not do it today, but like I said, it could be just triggering down here. We'll see what it can do once it gets down to this 543. You're at 545, and your low is 544. So it's trying to hold itself up, and I have a feeling they're going to want this thing to get set up here. You don't want this, you don't want this line to come past this. You want these to meet and just kind of pop things up and leave it up in this channel up here rather down here. So that's you can see what's going to happen there ahead of time. That's what you look at right there, how these things get set up and knowing what they need to accomplish. Again, that's why we're looking at the charts, and I think we have a better idea. So that's what it looks like to me at the moment, and I'll keep you guys posted. It's still early on the day after Liberation Day right there, and APVO is way up there. And what's OSRH? That one looks like it's pretty good right there, guys. Check out this thing. Looks like it's cruising up. SRH, a shell company right there, looking pretty good. So I don't know what the heck they do. I don't know what any shell company does, to be honest with you, but it doesn't look bad in a TIVC and DMN. So we knew about them. How about that Wheeler? We were on that one before, and I know I just looked at it the other day because I was going through all my old 100%ers for a project that I am getting into, and they wanted to see something, so I had to do all that. And yeah, Wheeler was a big blaster. Last year it was, obviously. It might have been like that day right there. It ran up over 100%, but this thing had reverse split. You can see it. But anyway, this thing doesn't look too bad. WHLR. Wheeler right here. Wheeler Real Estate. Yep. Yeah, it's not looking terrible, so I'll keep an eye on that. And again, this market's just a little crazy this morning, so we got to see what's going on. It didn't even look like the heat map even changed this morning. Usually it goes gray and then kind of changes over to what color it wants to be, and I don't even think it did that this morning. So there you go. And look at the TNFA chart real quick. Yup, and HKPD. You got it. We'll look at them bad boys real quick. Let's look at HKPD. I had it just up there a second ago at 111, and that might not be a bad spot, Barb. I'm not going to lie. Let's look at it, because look at it. You're sitting right there. I'm telling you, I think you might be on to something right there, Barb. She just said that she hopped in this one at 111, so let's see what happens. It's sitting right here. It doesn't look like it wants to go down. You can see that 20, and you see what's been going on. It's been pushing it, so it gets up there, curls up. You have that room to move, and we already know these things like to get cruising. That's for sure. Look at it. And this is a brand new one. It did start up, but I mean, and Laptop Travel gave us the background on the underwriter for this thing. They love these things popping. Let's put it that way. So that's one. And then here we go, TNFA. Let's look at that one real quick. That one's jumped up this morning, huh? Didn't we just look at that last night? TNF Pharmaceuticals. It did jump up 45 to 55. It hit that 50 right there. It's back at 39 already. Wow. Still looks like it's in that channel. It doesn't look terrible, but it does definitely ran up. We'll have to see how that one opens up, Barb. It did get that run up and pulled back, and it could just try to get set back up again, but I'll look at it as the market opens for you. And HKD, that one is the same people that underwrote that HKPD, and the same company basically. And yeah, this one's not looking bad. It was trying to curl up really hard the other day. It kind of hit it and just sitting there. Let's see. HKD just hitting that 20 right there, but it's trying to cross through here. I would keep an eye on this thing as well. It is not looking bad. Maybe it's going to wait for that support line, that channel line to come down for it, so it could be a next weeker, but it's not looking bad right there. And that MITQ ran yesterday. What's it doing this morning? It is just sitting right there. It looks like it was cruising back up. Was that yesterday? Oh, yeah, that's definitely not today's date. MITQ, is that doing anything? Let me see. It doesn't say it's doing anything. 86 to 88, and then it closed at 74, and that's what it says here. I'm not exactly sure. It wasn't looking bad as it hit the top up there yesterday, but it does look like it did. It looks like it pulled back in the after hours. I'll have to look at it as it opens. I can't really tell exactly right now because it doesn't look like it's moving on either chart for me. And if you're just joining, FinViz did fix their pre-market and extended hours. Everything is running pretty much right where it's supposed to be from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. They got it fixed. So we saw a big message this morning. So if you go on there, you can see that. I exited out of it because it was just driving me. It was taking my attention. I couldn't pay attention to it, but it was very exciting to see, I have to say. And Katie, we did go over Logic Mark, and I'm telling you, it looks really good. Look, it was up a little bit earlier and just a little bit of pullback, but I'll tell you what, it still looks good to me, I must say. And we were just talking about it just a minute ago. It was just up a second ago. What's it at? It's back into the 0.018s, and so yeah, this is basically where I got it, right down there. And we'll see, but it still looks good. I'm telling you, it has to base out and start curling up. You can see it trying to right there, and you can see it trying to right there. So I would say logic mark does not look bad, and that's what we've been looking for right down there. So there you go, everybody. I hope that helps out. I hope that was a good pre-market review. And let me see, did I miss anything over here to PMAX? And I think I got everything. Yeah, I think I did get everything right there. Some of the biggest and best companies in the world are now down over 20%, and I think they're only going lower. We're about to get to 1 to 2 year discount. I think so too. I'm telling you, load the boat by the summer. What have I been saying? It's going to get rocking and rolling, guys, and this is just a little pullback. When this fear jumps in, this is when I love to buy things. So people started to get restless about ETF 500. Look what I started to do. I was loading up on it. I'm honestly like, damn, I wish I had bought a lot more. And you always say that as they go up in hindsight, but yeah, it's one of them things where you just gotta trust your gut, and when the markets are down like this, they're gonna rebound. You just gotta time it out right, and just figure out where you're going to go from there. So there you go with that, and I think we got to everything, and there you are, DMN moving up a little bit, and it is red. I would say it's a really red day right there, so I would definitely be trading smart and locking in those profits. And again, we do know the ones that do want to run, so that is a good thing. APVO up over 100% right there. That one was cruising along. So yeah, we'll keep our eye on the market. I'll keep you posted. We'll see if the not K-SPY, I don't even know what that is, but the SPY wants to try to bounce back at all today. I'll keep you guys posted. And there you go. I would say it's a good pre-market right there on a red day after Liberation Day. So keep you posted. Trade smart. Lock in those profits, everybody, because you just don't know exactly how the market's going to go. And we will keep you posted on that. So goodbye, good luck, see you later, and have a great day, everybody.